My sister gave me a DNA test for my birthday and laughed while everyone watched. She thought it was a joke. She thought it would humiliate me. She had no idea that one small box would destroy a 35-year family lie and turn our inheritance upside down forever. Stay till the end because this story proves that truth doesn't need revenge. It becomes revenge. Before we begin, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications because every week we bring you realistic family drama stories where lies collapse, secrets surface, and the person everyone underestimated finally wins. Now, let me tell you the story of Grace Ellington. For as long as Grace Ellington could remember, she had lived on the outside of her own family. She wasn't abused, she wasn't abandoned, but she was invisible. Her older sister, Charlotte, was everything Grace wasn't allowed to be: louder, sharper, confident, favored. At family dinners, Charlotte spoke. Everyone listened. When Grace spoke, conversations continued over her. Their father, Richard Ellington, wasn't cruel, just distant. He provided everything money could buy, yet affection always felt carefully rationed, and Grace somehow received less. Still, Grace told herself the same thing for 35 years. Families aren't perfect. This is normal. She was wrong. Grace's 35th birthday wasn't supposed to be special. Just a quiet dinner at the Ellington family home. Wine, cake, polite smiles. Charlotte arrived late, dramatic as always, holding a small gift box. "Sorry I'm late," she said, smirking, "but I brought something unique." She handed the box to Grace. Charlotte didn't wait for her to open it. "Oh, come on," she laughed, glancing around the table. "Tell everyone what it is." Grace opened the box. A DNA test kit. The room went silent. Charlotte laughed harder. "I just thought," she said casually, "since you never really fit in, maybe we should find out why." Grace's face burned. Her mother looked away. Her father stared at his plate. No one defended her. That hurt more than the joke. Grace forced a smile, closed the box, and said quietly, "Thank you." Charlotte leaned back, satisfied. She thought she'd won. Grace didn't plan on using it. For 3 days, the box sat unopened on her kitchen counter. But the humiliation replayed in her mind, the laughter, the silence, her mother's eyes avoiding hers. On the 4th night, Grace opened the kit. Not for revenge, not for curiosity, for answers. She mailed it in and forgot about it, or at least, she tried. 6 weeks later, Grace received the email.
"Your DNA results are ready."
She opened it alone. At first, the ethnicity percentages didn't matter. What mattered was the family match section. Her heart began to race. Charlotte, half-sibling. Her father, Richard Ellington, 0% match. Grace stared at the screen, numb. She refreshed it, logged out, logged back in. Same result. Richard Ellington was not her biological father. Grace confronted her mother that night. No shouting, no accusations, just one question. Who is my father? Her mother collapsed into the chair and finally told the truth. 35 years earlier, during a separation, Grace's mother had an affair. She became pregnant. Richard returned. The truth was buried. Richard agreed to raise Grace on one condition. She will never be treated the same. He never hit her, never insulted her. He simply kept her at arm's length, and everyone else followed his lead. Grace might have kept the secret forever, but fate wasn't done. 3 months later, Richard Ellington died unexpectedly, and that's when everything exploded. At the will reading, the lawyer cleared his throat. Charlotte smiled confidently. She already knew she'd won, until the lawyer read, "To my daughter, Grace Ellington, I leave 60% of my estate." The room erupted. Charlotte screamed. Her mother froze. Grace sat there shaking. The lawyer continued, "And to my daughter, Charlotte Ellington, I leave 40%. Charlotte stood up. "This is a mistake," she yelled. She's not even his real daughter. Grace felt every eye turn toward her. The lawyer adjusted his glasses. Mr. Ellington anticipated this challenge, he said calmly, and left documentation, acknowledging Grace as his legal heir, fully aware of her biological status. Richard knew, and still chose Grace. Charlotte didn't stop fighting. She hired lawyers, she dragged Grace through court, she leaked rumors. But truth doesn't bend. DNA or not, the will stood. And worse, the public humiliation Charlotte once enjoyed now belonged to her. The same family who laughed at Grace whispered about Charlotte. The same mother who stayed silent begged Grace for forgiveness. Grace didn't gloat. She didn't scream. She simply walked away with her inheritance, her dignity, and her truth. Grace didn't use the money to destroy anyone. She used it to build a life. She changed her last name, started a foundation, and finally lived unapologetically. The DNA test wasn't a joke, it was a key. And it unlocked everything. Sometimes the people who mock you are standing on secrets so fragile that one truth can collapse their entire world. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe. Because next time, it might be your truth that changes everything.